Hi, this is Sanjay Gangal from EDACafe. I'm here with Simon Pereira, Lead Product Manager at Scala Computing. Hello, Simon.
Hi, nice to be here.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Simon. Tell us about Scala Computing.
Scala Computing is all about orchestrating the public cloud to make it easier for our users to access compute power. So we take care of all the backend details, so it's easier for them to get their work done. They can run their own tools and all that sort of thing. And then we also provide all the admin tools, so it's easy for management to keep track of that, of who has access, what work is getting done, what it's costing, predicting costs, things like that. So our basic value is to remove that cost and complexity of going to the cloud so that our clients can focus on collaboration with their applications rather than figuring out all their compute requirements and worrying about IT and stuff like that.
Okay, do you work with AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, all of them?
Our main public cloud that we're partnering with right now is AWS. We do have customers asking about Azure, and we can do that too. So that might be something that you'll see soon. But mainly right now, we're focused on just making it all available in AWS. They've got a great suite of tools. They are really our strongest partner, and we use their clouds, to give their latest compute power to our customers. So yeah, it's good that way. On the Cadence side, on the EDA side, I should say, we focus also on our partnership with Cadence as well. I mean, we have had conversations with the other big players, but most of our current customers are on Cadence primarily. So for them, this is really the best thing. Our partnership with AWS on the back end and Cadence on the front end and meets all their needs.
Okay, and what exactly does your partnership with Cadence look like?
We're one of their handful of people that are in their Cadence Cloud Passport program. So this is a program that Cadence uses to make sure that their partners are really able to help their customers get onto the cloud with a quality experience and meet all their needs. So it's us and a couple others. Most of them others are actually academic type partners. So it's been good for us to get all the help that we can get from Cadence to make sure that we're really ready to provide, as a good platform for Cadence tools when their customers need it. It's a good, strong partnership. They've been great to work with.
And which other EDA vendors do you work with other than Cadence?
The tool set will actually work with any of them, and I have met with a number of them. But in terms of official partnerships, Cadence is our primary one. But all the other tools will run on our platform. It's neutral and it's ready for those tools.
You did a press release with Zebra Technologies, and
Yes.
they have used Scala Computing and Cadence together. Did they use any of the other EDA tools as well, other than Cadence tools?
Yeah, I think they had a few, and some of their partners, and beyond even just big commercial tools, they also have their own, what do you call it, in-house environments, where they need to install their own software that they use. It's their special sauce for making sure that they're, they can quickly turn things around, and they have that. And then they work with their joint development manufacturing partners, their JDMs. So these might be companies that are on the other side of the world, but they have their own special tools and special sauce as well. And those partners are also able to install and run their own environments and their own tools within the thing. So it's certainly not Cadence only suite. It's no one just uses one tool. Everyone uses a wide suite of tools in their EDA environment, in their EDA development environment. And so we have to, of course, be ready for that. But we just have a special relationship with Cadence.
Okay, and how about for other CAD vendors which are not EDA, like mechanical CAD and architectural CAD, companies like PTC and Dassault Systems, Hexagon? Have you run into any of them?
We had some requests from one or two customers to look into those, and it's totally theoretically possible. It's a platform, but we've really been focusing on the EDA market. There are other guys out there who focus on those guys, and power to them. But a lot of our expertise in our management and so on have really come from this EDA world. So we really understand the needs of the EDA customer. And so, although yes, theoretically there would be no problem. And I myself, I come from ANSYS. I was at ANSYS Incorporated for 18 years, so I very much understand all these sorts of physics. But we're really focusing on the EDA customers' needs, and those needs are a little different. Like when I go look at some of our competitors that are focusing on the other guys, they're not focusing so much on collaboration, on working with JDM type environments where you really have to work with a partner who you need to access to work with. You're outside the firewall, but they have that really strong relationship between a lot of EDA companies and joint development manufacturers that other types of physics really don't have a parallel for that. And so we're really focusing in on those needs.
And what does collaboration on the cloud mean?
It can mean a bunch of things. One of the main needs that some of our first customers came to us with was, we're just working with another company, a JDM in Japan or who knows where, and we're having so much trouble just passing files back and forth. So just that. Or they're using one version of the software, we're using another version of the software. Or at the end of the job, they gave us like a couple files, but they didn't give us everything, and we don't have really control of our data. The JDM on the other side of the world is really holding it. So what we provide is a platform where all the files are in one place. The software is installed on the platform. All the customers come in, or partners, I should say, all the partners come in to that platform working on the same software. So they're collaborating together. They are collaborating on the same files. They're working out of the same libraries. There's no transferring. They can all come in 24 hours a day and work on the same set of files. And Cadence, of course, helps with this. Cadence even has tools that allow these different customers to look at the same model and be editing it. You can be routing in one corner and someone else is running a simulation on part of the PCB design in another corner. And so Cadence also facilitates this sort of collaboration. But for us, it's mainly about just the same file, same place. And then when the job is over, the data is all there. You can archive it, you can store it, you can bring it back. You can, when you're starting the next project, you already have that set, and you can continue from there. So many ways that are better than what people are currently doing right now with collaboration.
And do you handle file locking in terms of so that multiple people are not editing the same file at the same time, or is it the tool vendors who handle that?
We look after the security, who can access that file. And there's multiple levels. You can say who can access in a whole area. And then within that area, maybe only a few specific individuals can, and no one from outside that area. And there's all kinds of permissions management, access management. So we look after that. But the actual whether a file gets locked, that happens in Cadence. As soon as one user opens a file, unless they're using this Cadence Symphony option, which lets multiple users access. When one user accesses a file, Cadence creates a lock file, and then that prevents anyone else from messing around with it, or at least for saving it. But there's different ways. Cadence looks after the individual file locks, and we look after file access. Who can access it? What can they do? Can they download the file? We want to make sure that whoever owns the data is in control of all of that. And there's logs: who downloaded a file, who edited a file. There's backups. If you're working on a file, you can back it up to a nice S3 bucket, so it's nice and secure. So if someone did mess with it and broke it, you can get it back, things like that. So it's a partnership.
Okay, and what makes your solutions unique and differentiated compared to a lot of other sort of cloud enablers out there?
A few things. On the main part is just how easy it is to get that team working on the cloud. And as I said, it's not even just any team, not just a generic simulation, but we're focused on the needs of EDA people, and to get them working. We know what their market looks like. We know what their needs are, and we really focus on that. I know that the Zebra technology guys are most excited about collaborating more closely with those JDMs. So this whole thing, I sort of mentioned it, this idea that these joint design and manufacturing partners are outside of your firewall. And so they can't really work on your platform. You can't really work on their platform, but we provide this environment where employees from both companies can work together on that same set of software tools, the same single source of data, without that hassle of sharing things back and forth. So that's a big thing. An interesting quote we got from Zebra in the last press release also was that they found the performance of their tools to be better on our cloud platform than with their own on-prem hardware, which I thought was interesting. It really speaks to the power of AWS, how fast these connections are these days. They said that even their engineers that were working from Taiwan have not noticed any issues with lags or delays. If you're routing something, you can't tolerate lags. I mean, that would be unacceptable. So it feels just like working on their desktop, but with a lot more power on the back end.
Yeah, so do most of the most of your customers, they are working on desktops and using desktop tools with the cloud files, or are they running the tools themselves in the cloud?
We provide a platform in the cloud, and then we have you can select an image that you want. So you could pick an image, for instance, that had Cadence Allegro and a few other key tools that you want on that cloud platform. And then you log in from your local machine at home. It could be an Apple, it could be a little tablet, it could be your phone. And then you have, using like Windows RDM or something like that, you can directly control what's on the other side. There's also file management tools. You can upload, connect to a library. You can connect to a a local drive if you want to be able to access files on a local drive and transfer them up there, that sort of thing. So, but the main work is done on a desktop in the cloud, so that everyone can access that desktop and work on that same set of data.
Okay, and what is the best way for our audience to find out more about Scala Computing on the internet?
On our webpage, so www.scalacomputing.com, put it right here, is a good starting point. And from there, you can find a link to contact us to find out more info, or watch a demo. There's a demo request if you want to get a nice live demo where we can talk about your specific needs in this industry.
And tell us about the name Scala Computing.
I'm not really super sure on the name where it comes from, but the idea, of course, is it has this inference of scalability, and the cloud is unlimited. So if you're worried about being scalable to, you've got your local machines, maybe you've got a small IT department or something like that, or even a large IT department, and whatever you have, you are still limited. The AWS is just so much bigger, and maybe you don't need all that space. Maybe you just need it because you want to scale the ability of your IT department. Maybe your IT department is too busy, focused on other issues, and you can't get their time to help your team get on the cloud. And that's where we can help you scale up and go out like that. That's the main issue.
Yeah, and Simon, is it okay if I ask you a couple of personal questions?
Yeah, sure.
So what do you do for fun outside work, or what is your personal passion?
I had lots of fun things, but most recently I built an underground house. So this is a house where it is covered in earth. Some spots it's 15 feet deep, but the shallowest it's about 3 feet deep. And the idea is that moderates temperature and all that. So it's a low energy house. Most of the past winter, the heat never even turns on. I do have radiant floor heat in the floor if I need it, but that never turned on, or sometimes at night. But mostly it's just maintains its temperature year round. Right now we had some 80-degree, 85-degree days last week, and there's no AC in the house, and it's 69, 72 in here. If anyone cares, I do have a YouTube page for if anyone wants to see that. We'll put that here too, if people want to take a look and see what we're doing. Okay,
and your house is in Michigan somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's in Michigan. It's out in the country on a nice hill, and we get people drive by for miles to come look at it, and we call them looky-loos. They just sit and stare, take photos, and then drive off when we wave. So,
you're not you've not opened it up for so somebody can purchase a ticket for your house tour?
No, we have had tours from funny people, like the University of Cincinnati sent out an architecture class to come and check it out after they saw it on the webpage. But yeah, that's a little side thing. It takes up all my time right now, but we're almost finished, and then I'll pick some other hobby and go from there.
Yeah, can you also share something about yourself, Simon, that most people at Scala Computing don't know about you?
They might know, but I'm a quadruple immigrant, if that's anything. 4 countries, 4 citizenships. I just got my U.S. citizenship a year and a bit ago, so I'm pretty happy about that, and I'm working now in the States pretty well. So,
what are the other 3 countries?
I started out in Zimbabwe as a child, and then I got Portuguese citizenship, and then I got Canadian citizenship, and now American citizenship.
Wow, that's quite something. That's quite something. Final question, Simon, cats or dogs?
I like cats, but my wife's allergic, so dogs. So no, I do like dogs. I always stop and pet a dog if I see one on the side of the road. So.
Okay, good. Well, thank you so much, Simon, for taking time to record this interview. Have a great day and stay safe.
Nice meeting you, Sanjay. Thanks.
Okay, this is Sanjay Gangal from EDACafe.